Imagine discovering that two of the most powerful politicians in Nigeria, men who once called each other brothers, are now bitter enemies because of a secret financial arrangement that went wrong. For over 2 decades, President Bola Tinubu and former Interior Minister Aregbesola were inseparable. But today, Aregbesola has joined forces with Tinubu's biggest rival, Atiku Abubakar, to try to remove him from power in 2027. What could have caused such a dramatic betrayal? The answer lies in a deal involving money, power, and the governorship of Osun State, a deal that a former minister has just exposed for the first time. Welcome back to Nigerian TV, where we uncover the political stories that shape Nigeria's future. Today, we are diving into one of the most shocking political betrayals in recent Nigerian history, and why it could determine who controls Nigeria after 2027. To understand how shocking this betrayal is, you need to understand just how close these men were. For over 20 years, Aregbesola was Tinubu's most trusted lieutenant. When Tinubu was governor of Lagos State, Aregbesola served as his chief of staff and commissioner. Nothing political became final until Aregbesola told Tinubu so. In 2010, when Aregbesola ran for governor of Osun State, Tinubu backed him completely. Aregbesola won and governed Osun for 8 years. These weren't just political partners, they were family. Until everything fell apart. Here's where most news outlets have missed the point. According to former Minister Adebayo Shitu, who just broke his silence,
ó tó di pé aṣíwájú yan Rauf Aregbesola ní gọ́vnọ̀ tó bá ní ìdòwú tó lọ bá Tinubu Gbóyèga ní Tinubu ò ní kí wọ́n lọ gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ òní bí ìgbà tí ń kíp owó aṣíwájú Tinubu. Nígbà tí ó fi jẹ gọ́vnọ̀ yẹn Rauf Aregbesola Gbóyèga náà ní ń fún wọn lówó on behalf of aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu tí Rauf tó fi di gómìnà. Rauf aṣíwájú rẹ̀ ní kó fi ṣe chief of staff gbà náà. Nígbà tó wá kúrò tí Rauf Aregbesola tí ó parí táàmù, Rauf fẹ́ impose his own choice as opposed to aṣíwájú's choice.
Aṣíwájú ní interest.
Aṣíwájú's choice ni Gbóyèga Oyètọ́lá. Ìwọ Rauf ní no ọ̀tọ̀ lẹni tí ó ṣe ẹnu kí ló ní. Tí Rauf tí aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed tí ò bá support Rauf níjọ́ kìíní àná, ohun tí ò gbé Ọ̀ṣun tí ò gbé bì kankan tó jẹ́ pé kò kan ló ń ṣiṣẹ́, ṣé ó lè di gọ́vnà Ọ̀ṣun? In tó fàjà wọn nìyẹn pé aṣíwájú ò jẹ́ kí Rauf ó impose candidate. Ìjà yẹn ló bínú títí tó fi ní pé nígbà campaign Tinubu tó ń fi fẹnu àtẹ́ tó ń fi sọ sí Rauf tó fi sọ sí Tinubu. So gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn ni kì í sọ̀rọ̀ pé wọ́n fi yàn sí mínísítà. Ṣé wọ́n máa ń fi tipátipá fi yàn sí mínísítà ni? Ẹni ó bá jẹ́ president ló ní prerogative láti determine ta ló fẹ́ yàn. Ńgbé èmi wọn yàn mí mínísítà táwọn èèyàn retí pé wọ́n yàn mí tí wọ́n yàn mí. Ṣé mo forí jánu ni àbí mo bú ẹnìkan àbí mo banújẹ́ àbí kí ni mo ṣe?
The key to the story is a man named Gbóyèga Oyètọ́lá. Shitu revealed that before Tinubu endorsed Aregbesola for governor, if Aregbesola needed money, Tinubu would direct him to Oyètọ́lá. Oyètọ́lá was a financial pipeline that made Aregbesola's political dreams come true. This worked perfectly for 8 years. But in 2018, when Aregbesola's term was ending, Tinubu made a decision that would destroy their relationship forever. He wanted Oyètọ́lá, the man who had been funding Aregbesola's political career, to become the next governor of Osun State. Think about how that felt to Aregbesola. The man who had been giving him money was now going to take his position. It was the ultimate betrayal. Aregbesola wanted to impose his chosen candidate as Osun governor, but Tinubu insisted on Oyètọ́lá. From Aregbesola's perspective, this was a betrayal. He had served Tinubu faithfully for over 20 years. Shouldn't he have the right to choose his own successor? What made things worse was what happened after Oyètọ́lá became governor. Aregbesola discovered that his successor kept visiting Tinubu in Lagos without even stopping to see him. It was like being erased from the political equation he helped create. Oyetola wasn't just replacing Aregbesola, he was systematically destroying everything Aregbesola had built over 8 years, and Tinubu was backing Oyetola. In February 2022, Aregbesola did something unthinkable. He publicly attacked Tinubu, reportedly saying, "We've asked God to bring Tinubu down. It doesn't mean well for us." Aregbesola, Tinubu's closest ally for 2 decades, publicly prayed for God to bring down his former mentor. He also accused Tinubu of being a serial betrayer who destroyed the political careers of people who had served him. The consequences were immediate. In July 2022, Oyetola lost his re-election bid to the PDP candidate. Many believe that Aregbesola's public opposition contributed to this defeat. But the story doesn't end there. In July 2025, Aregbesola took the ultimate step. He joined the African Democratic Congress, ADC, a party adopted by a coalition of opposition politicians trying to unseat Tinubu in 2027. This means Aregbesola has now officially joined forces with Atiku Abubakar, Tinubu's main rival, to try to remove his former mentor from power. The man who helped build Tinubu's political empire is now trying to tear it down. The coalition includes some of the biggest names in Nigerian politics: Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, Nasir El-Rufai, and Rotimi Amechi. When they come together against one person, it shows how personal relationships can reshape national politics. This story isn't just about two politicians falling out. It's about the future of Nigeria and how power works in our democracy. First, it exposes the reality of godfatherism in Nigerian politics, where one person can decide who becomes governor regardless of what the people want. Second, it shows how money and power can corrupt even the closest relationships. Third, it demonstrates that nobody is safe in Nigerian politics. Looking ahead to 2027, this field could determine who controls Nigeria. Aregbesola brings something unique to the opposition coalition. He knows Tinubu better than anyone else. He knows his strengths, weaknesses, and political strategies. The question is, will this coalition hold together long enough to defeat Tinubu? And what kind of democracy do we want in Nigeria? The story of Tinubu and Aregbesola is one of the most dramatic political betrayals in recent Nigerian history. Former Minister Shitu's revelation about the real reasons behind this feud has given us a window into how Nigerian politics really works. What do you think about this story? Are you surprised by the real reasons behind the feud? And do you think this coalition has a real chance of defeating Tinubu in 2027? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to stay updated on political developments that will shape Nigeria's future, make sure to like this video and subscribe to RNN TV. Until next time, remember that in Nigerian politics, today's ally can become tomorrow's enemy. And sometimes, the most powerful alliances are destroyed not by ideology, but by something as simple as money and wounded pride.